Is Dan Campbell a choker? His Lions had a big lead.
I'm gonna go hard on
24-7 at the half. So they're up by 17 points at the half. The Niners start with the ball, and they get a field goal on their first drive. So it's cut to 14. But we wanted to touch on two plays where they decide to go for it on fourth down, and did that aggressiveness cost them a trip to the Super Bowl.
The first time they were up 14,
I'm going to give it to
right?
you. So the first time where they go for it on fourth down, they're up by 14, and it's 4th and 2 at San Francisco's 28-yard line.
All
right, there's 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. So it would have been a 45, maybe 46-yard field goal.
In today's modern NFL, I mean, obviously the further you go out, the harder it is. But these guys bang those all the time.
They do, but Badgley's kind of nubs. He's no Justin Tucker. You're not going to get those
but his overall
confused.
numbers, since he's been with Detroit, his overall numbers are pretty good.
So they go for it there. Bosa actually pressures Goff a little bit on that play, but Goff makes a throw.
They could have had me as kicker, and I would have still kicked it because you have a chance to go up 3 scores.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted him to do it.
But maybe because they're on the 28,
man.
they go for it.
It's a big gamble.
Look, it hits Josh Reynolds in the hands.
Should have caught it.
For sure.
He should have caught the ball. Then he was chucking and jiving on the sideline, which bothered me. I was like, he just dropped the ball.
That's the same thing I said about Zay Flowers in that fumble. The same thing. It was kind of fluky. I mean, Snead made a great play on it, but it's kind of fluky that your boy dropped the ball.
So that's the first situation. And then the Niners, I mean, it changed the momentum of the game because then the Niners score in 5 plays, and all of a sudden that 17-point lead at the half is down to 1 touchdown in the matter of 7 or 8 minutes in the game because field goal by the Niners. They stop the Detroit Lions on downs on that 4th and 2, which is a drop.
They go down and
then they score a touchdown. They get hooked on the Ayuk pass.
Yep.
Then Gibbs fumbles. So and then they score again very quickly, and now all of a sudden it's 24-24. So you get to the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners put together 11-play drive, but they have to settle for a field goal.
Correct.
So they're up by 3 points. Lions get the ball back. Lions start driving. They get to the 30-yard line.
Yep.
4th and 3.
Would have been a 47-yard.
So, again, 47-yard field goal. What I would say is I do think it's in cahoots with Ben Johnson. Like, it's kind of a package deal. Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson, throughout the year, they're like, he knows he's got 2 downs to get a first down.
Well, this is going to be EB's guy with the Commanders going for it all the time. It's going to put you on a massive tilt.
So
I don't like it. Go for it sometime.
So it's 3rd and 10 on the San Francisco 37. Goff has a short pass to Amon-Ra. So now it's 4th and 3. Field goal ties the game there. Dan Campbell says, okay, let's go for it again. Ben Johnson draws up a pass. Incomplete to Amon St. Brown. Then the Niners score a touchdown. Game's basically over there at 34-24. So 2 times they go for it, and they don't make it. And to be fair, they had a situation where at least the announcers thought, and by the way, Greg Olson's far better than Tony Romo. Just watching
I think Olson's good.
I
do. I think he's really good.
In the first half, at the end of the first half, they did kick a field goal from like the 2-yard line. I think they were on the 2-yard line. Maybe it was the 3-yard line.
Yes.
At the end, I could have gone
to make
for
it 24-7.
That was the right call to kick the field goal there, too.
Yeah.
If you're looking at,
I do think the over-aggressiveness cost them this
If you're
game.
looking at Badgley's stats overall for his career, he's played for 5 teams. Okay, Chargers, Titans, Colts, Bears, and Lions. All right. His kick percentage overall is 82.4%. But with the Lions, he's 24 for 28.
What about 40 to 49?
40 to 49. With the Lions, he's 9 for 11.
Honestly,
all right.
You shouldn't be going in this game. If you don't trust your kicker to kick a 47-yarder, you shouldn't have him in the game.
Yeah.
Like with the championship season on the line, you shouldn't even be there if you don't trust him.
If you want to chime in, 800-636-1067, call us in the MGM National Harbor Listener lines. I have less of a problem with the first one. You're up by 14. Like, he's going for the kill. All right, he's going for the kill. He's saying, you know what? If we can get up 21, this game's over. going for the kill. Now, the next one where it's like hit a field goal, tie the game, I'm going to try and tie the game. Like, you're up by 14. Your defense, for the most part, had been doing great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind going for the fourth down there.
I think when you have
momentum did shift. Momentum did shift.
You can put them up 3 scores.
But the next one, when it's kick a field goal, tie the game, and it's the fourth quarter with, 7 minutes left? I'd have to look exactly at the time.
Yeah, something like that.
7 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Yeah, something like that. Well,
7:30
Steve
left.
Wilkes did a
tie
good
the
job
game.
on that play. The defensive coordinator for the Niners did a good job of disguising made it look like zone, but switched to man. And then,
I think he switched to zone because it looked like Amon-Ra was going to be open, and then Amon-Ra was running a crossing pattern, right, from right to left.
I thought I said that.
I think you said he switched from zone to man.
Oh, I'm sorry, flip-flop. But then I think it was Bosa who got pressure to force Goff off to the right and throwing on. That's not his strength, throwing on the run. Moving right, and it was incompletion. But again, 49ers got very fortunate, number one, on the play to Ayuk that bounced off the DB's head. And number two, Gibbs fumbling where he fumbled. And then the decisions from Campbell to go for it on fourth down. Kind of need those breaks.
All right.
What do you think about the play call from Ben Johnson in both of those fourth down situations?
Well, like you said, the one, he's got to catch it.
But he does have to catch it, but on that one, it was a shorter. It was like 4th and 1.5, 4th and 2.
I'm not going to kill the guy for any one game, just like I wouldn't kill.
Why not run? They were running pretty successfully.
They were
running successfully in the first half. They were kind of getting stoned in the second half.
Okay, but this is the first drive in the second half, right?
Well, maybe
the first fourth down call.
Maybe what they saw. Maybe what Johnson saw from what San Francisco was showing defensively made him, want to pass the ball. You still have to catch the ball. Reynolds has to catch that ball. Unfortunate for San Francisco, he did not. Mm-hmm. But if he kicks both of those field goals, they're obviously at 6 more. They got 37. Maybe they win the game.
All right, let's pass some of these calls. What do you think? Did Dan Campbell blow it? I'm team Dan Campbell blew it. I also am team. I really like Dan Campbell. Like, I love his enthusiasm on the sideline. I think he's awesome. But I just think he's getting a little carried away with his riverboat style.
Dan Campbell. That's his bit.
You know what I was thinking? All this love for Ben Johnson. And look, the first drive, they just marched straight down the field. Like, they were up 14-0 in the blink of an eye.
Jameson Williams, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was impressed. And Ben Johnson's. But I was thinking, I know they've already hired Adam Peters. Could they hire the Lions GM? Man, he's put together a sick roster.
He's had a really good run.
His drafts are sick.
Brad Holmes' last 3 draft classes are pretty much masterpieces.
You can also look at the defense, and Aaron Glenn is the guy. He's the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But their defense allowed 27 points in the second half. Mm-hmm. All right, defense has to make a stop, too.
100%.
Some hideous tackling, too, by the Lions defenders.
All right, let's go to Reese, St. Mary's. Reese, what's up, buddy? Y'all with the Junks.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Reese.
I'm gonna go off. Can I go off talking for 1 second?
Sure.
Yeah.
And make one Lamar point because I was on hold for that at first.
Yeah.
And the only point it is Patrick. The offensive coordinator. I blame him because he tried to make Lamar to be like a Patrick Holmes, Tom Brady, or what's his name. He didn't make Lamar the best dual quarterback. When you go in there, they was basically Kansas City is no-fly zone. You already know why they got there, right? They no-fly zone. So why would you go – when they went with 3 tight ends, they got a first down every time because that's making Lamar who he is. But when you sat there and got him set back trying to manipulate the field, no. The run brings the safeties up. That's when he can throw. To where you would never, even to Brock Purdy, when he play him in the Super Bowl, you're not going to outdo Patrick Holmes. You got to be a game manager and just do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And the last point on that is, when there was 3 minutes left in the game, why didn't they kick a field goal so they can even give them the first down if they have to give them one and still play? Why did you sit there and try to make a touchdown when you needed a field goal and a touchdown too? And as far as the Dan Campbell situation, come on, man. You disrespecting the guy at that point. When you up, you got to get the point. Did you see the same way with Patrick Holmes? Did you think he could make 1 more or 2 more plays? But he knew we up. We winning. I'm not going to force this ball. So it's like Dan Campbell forced his hands when he tried to disrespect him. You're up by 14, hit the three.
Right.
At all times you get points because it put pressure on the on their offense. So I think he was trying to be too bigger than the game. Get your points. And thank y'all for taking my call. I appreciate it.
I actually agree with that. And I know Drabby agreed with me that on that third one, I knew he was going to go for it because he had settled for the field goal before. I just knew it. I knew it. He wasn't going to. He didn't want to lose his reputation or something.
100%. Like
Yeah.
he can't just do the right thing. He's got to be the brazen guy.
Yeah, like don't you know?
He's got to be ballsy.
Take the
I
points.
wonder if he'll
Made no
change
sense.
his tactics in a similar situation next year.
I don't know.
You know,
And if you do this stuff, you're going to get blamed. And maybe he doesn't care about that. But after a while, that kind of stuff adds up. If you do it for a couple of years, that's what happened to Staley. He got a reputation of being a donk and going for it with being obsessed with analytics.
And then he just
And they lost too many
Wrote it
games
to his
because
grave.
of that. Yeah, and he wrote it to his grave.
I blame him.
stubborn.
At the same time, that drive at 24-10, it was an 8-play, 47-yard drive, right? So in the first half, they're completely rolling.
Yeah.
And they're up. And so at that time, I think Dan Campbell's thinking, my offense with the offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, we're rolling. Why would I stop momentum and kick a field goal? He has confidence in not only his players and his quarterback, but in his offensive coordinator. He's not the play caller, but he's kind of given them this leeway, especially based on the first half track record. So in the first half, they have all these yards. They almost had 300 yards of offense in the first half.
Yeah.
The Lions had 280 yards of offense in the first half. So this is their first drive, and they are marching down the field. Like if you go look at that drive chart, you know, they're marching down the field. They start on the 25 completion to Laporta, boom. Then run by Montgomery, boom. Run by, they're moving down the field. So I get kind of going for it there because you feel like you've got the offensive momentum and that this team's not going to stop you because they haven't stopped you. And then Josh Reynolds drops the ball.
I know. It just
What a buzzkill.
look. It's
he
hindsight.
was.
It's hindsight, obviously.
Josh Reynolds had a terrible game. I agree
He
with
did.
you, Cakes. I thought
For me,
about
it's
it.
not hindsight.
I don't believe
No, I
guys can get away with throwing a game
Right.
now.
And
There's too much money involved.
I don't really
but
believe
man,
it, but
because the next one hits him in the body, right?
Yes.
Which was a critical third down pass to Josh Reynolds.
Yep.
Goff throws a strike.
He had a bad game.
Goff had a strike. Like, Goff has a rap as a guy who can't win a Super Bowl, right? The rep. And he had a perfect bomb to Jameson Williams in the game, too.
I know. And he should have caught that.
he
He
also
also-
threw a wobbler.
He also
to
threw a wobbler.
did. He
Amon
did.
It
Ra.
made me crazy.
I saw it.
did.
It was like, I was like, oh, that
Was-
ball is gross.
He'll never. Yeah, that wobbler made me insane. I hate that. One thing I'll say about Purdy: Purdy gets balls tipped. He throws interceptions and he throws high. He's not perfect by any stretch.
I know where you're going.
He does.
Low
He
spiral.
throws a beautiful ball.
He does.
Brock Purdy throws a beautiful ball.
It would be one of the greatest stories in history if Mr. Irrelevant won a Super Bowl.
I'm
Although
almost.
wasn't
think about
Kurt
that.
Warner undrafted?
Kurt Warner was undrafted.
Yeah, Kurt Warner. It's the same thing.
Yeah. But Kurt Warner's going to Hall of Fame. Purdy is not.
You know what? I'm a
Not
quarterback.
yet.
I don't know.
Not yet.
I'll bet against
I'm a
it.
QB snob, pedigree snob. Want Mahomes to win another one.
Oh, I know you do.
And
No,
I
no.
win money if he wins another.
That's why you really want
Mahomes is super fun to watch. I'm all in on Purdy, and I'm sure I'll be disappointed. I'll be feeling like Valdez in 2 weeks.
Hey, so I'm guaranteed a
Despondent.
chop minimum, right?
Yes.
By the way,
You should
I won the Commanders thing. I had the best record on picking the Commanders every week.
You should offer.
I think we were the same, weren't we?
No.
Well,
One
we
more
picked-
dub for me.
Are you certain of that?
Yep,
You have to go
I'm
back
not
and look
certain
at
of
that.
that.
I am.
Need a fact checker.
I'm
All you
gonna
gotta do is go to our Instagram.
All right.
Kelsey did charts every
But
week.
that's
Oh, the weekly. Okay,
If
I
you're
thought you meant like a
one-
preseason.
Well, but I mean, it's important. It's more important than the one preseason because the preseason is just
No,
a
no, I
stab in the
disagree.
dark.
We finished one game back.
That's what I mean.
I mean,
I know. Week to week, we were.
you should
we were right
offer.
there.
You should offer Cakes a deal. Lock in your money.
Nah, it's not even that much money, right? It's just like $10
No,
a man.
Jason
20
said it was 20.
20 a man.
That's iced.
Hey, where's my money for winning the preseason bet?
I mean, is there money
you
at
guys
stake
picked
for that?
them to win 9, 8 games, 10
Whatever
games.
the
I
money.
picked them to win 7.
I picked
Well, if
seven.
If you
didn't
said,
win.
if we had money on it, what pay you?
Yeah, I don't think we had a wager on it.
I had one more win than you, B. I was 13-4. You were 12-5.
All right.
Who-
I'm
how-
proud of my
I was
12.
Cakes 12-5. Jason 12-5.
Well, it got easy to pick them out down the
yeah.
stretch.
Yeah. Picked
Just
against
picking
them
against them every week.
I think the last time I picked them was against when they played the Giants.
Yeah. I stopped picking them.
I'm sure I picked
Was it 8
the
straight?
Commanders then too.
All right, let's go. Let's go to Mike in Gaithersburg. Mike, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junks.
Good morning, gentlemen. Morning.
Hey,
Mike.
bud.
I don't know why these guys outthink themselves. I'm reminded by Rivera in the Philly games. These guys who are known for going for it on fourth down, you have an opportunity in the first half to cut the head off the snake, to crush their back, to break them.
Right.
And he takes the point, and he kicks a field goal. Like, what? Why not just go for it? You're up 14 at that point anyways. I don't understand. If you're going to hit on 16 in the beginning of the shoe, you got to hit the whole shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why these guys are outthinking themselves. I don't blame anything on Ben Johnson later. I think that was a terrible decision, and I think it cost him the game, really.
No, you're probably right. I mean, but that's just the way Gamble rolls. I mean, he's done it the entire season.
Gamble.